The weight loss journey is long, so how do I stay motivated? So I thought it would be a good idea to talk about keeping yourself motivated over the long haul, because really you have to motivate yourself to lose the weight, and then you have to keep yourself motivated to maintain your loss. I've been on this weight loss journey since 2014, so certainly I've had to figure out ways to keep myself motivated. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about what has worked for me, what didn't really work for me, and one thing I never do. So on this journey, the first thing that I started to do was take progress photos, which I think are an excellent idea. The big wake-up call for me was when I saw this picture of me on Facebook. I had been really in denial before this, and so I decided to just start taking a picture of myself every week so I could just see, physical evidence. Here is what I actually do look like. It made it so that I couldn't be in denial anymore. Another thing that I started doing, eventually, I started tracking my weight, and that was very important. It kept me motivated because, especially once the numbers started to come down, it was very motivating to see, I was making progress. And it's also really motivating if you ever hit a plateau or if the numbers start to creep back up. You can see, no, I have had success in the past, and you have proof of that. And I'm so glad I've had that written record since 2014 to really show me how far I've come. One thing that I did, especially when I was first starting out, I don't really do this anymore, but I found it very motivating, was I set down in 5-pound increments on a Google Doc what my goals were. So I just put, get down to a 7-day average of 200 pounds, get down to a 7-day average of 195 pounds. And every time I hit that goal, I would mark through it on the Google Doc, and I would write achieved on whatever the date was when I hit that 7-day average. And that was so motivating to me. It was probably the most motivating thing that I did. Now, here are a couple of things that didn't really motivate me, surprisingly. Rewarding myself with physical rewards. I sat down, and I wrote down some things that I was gonna, buy for myself, or things I was gonna do when I reached a certain goal. And that, for whatever reason, didn't really motivate me. I think I made some mistakes there, though. I think one thing I didn't really plan well for was, a lot of times if I hit the goal, for whatever reason, money would be tight, and I couldn't really buy myself the thing that I said I was going to buy myself when I hit the goal. And so it just never really worked out right. So I had to delay that, and it just didn't work. So my recommendation would be, if you do decide to go the physical reward route, just go ahead and make sure you have that money set aside for the thing that you say you're going to buy yourself, or whatever it is. And that way you can, as soon as you hit that goal, then go out and buy that thing. Make it immediate. Don't lie to yourself. Another thing that surprisingly didn't really motivate me was the idea of goal pants. I had this one pair of jeans that I wanted to fit back into, but the thing I found with that is clothes are so tricky, because you can get back into them. You might be able to, pull them up and kind of fasten them. And then, it's kind of really hard to know, when do you really get back into them? And so that was, just not that motivating to me. I never reward myself with food. What I did instead of rewarding myself with food is I made my plan so that I never had to deny myself any kind of food that I wanted. I could always eat it, during my window or on cheat day. Above all, I would just encourage you, whatever works for you, figure out what makes you tick, what motivates you. Is it maybe, giving yourself some sort of experience, some sort of travel thing? Or is it, buying yourself things? Or is it just checking something off a list? I don't know why that motivates me, but it does. So I'm curious to know, what motivates you? Have you figured it out? Write it in the comments below. Okay, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below.